Good morning, everyone, and we're back here at Andersen Acres. We're inside today. There's Gemini having a snack, and the reason we're inside is because I got a couple of questions I was pretty sure I was going to get. When I mentioned Gemini and Capricorn have free roam in the house and they're litter trained, I inevitably got the how do you litter train a rabbit? Can you even litter train a rabbit? The answer is yes, you can. So I'm going to explain how to do that. I'm going to show you how I do that. I don't have any little ones to show you how I do that with right now, but I can just explain it. So you'll see this cage here. Now this is way too small to be a rabbit habitat. I don't care if your pet store sells rabbit cages. They're too small. There's no cage that your pet store sells that's big enough for a bunny. That said, this is what I use when I'm litter training little ones, babies. So 8 to 12 week old little tiny Holland Lops. That's what we use this for. So when I'm going to litter train a small one, they have to be a small one. What I'll do is I weave paper or cardboard through these to make a little hidey hole so they have some privacy. I put the litter box at the other end. This is a tiny, tiny little corner litter box. It's too small for an adult rabbit. It works just fine for a baby. I'll explain what I do if I have to train an adult rabbit in a minute. So little tiny baby Holland Lop, they have their food. You're going to note that I have a water bottle hanger. I don't actually like water bottles, but I use them when I have a little baby that I've adopted from somewhere and they've been on water bottles. So usually there will be, I don't have a little one now, but there will be a bowl over here underneath the water bottle. And I like to use bowls, but if the little one is used to a water bottle, give them a water bottle and a bowl, and then take the water bottle away when they're used to the bowl. So, little one goes in here. What do I use for litter? That is actually just paper litter. You can get it at your pet store. It's a little more expensive than some options. Some people like to use horse stall pellets or the pellets for your wood stove. I like paper litter. We're in the house. They're really close to my bed, as in this, here, my bed, here. Okay? They're that close. All right? Sorry about the garbage paperwork on my bed. That stuff destined for the recycling bin. Came in the mail yesterday. Garbage time. Anyway, they're so close to my bed, I do not want to smell them. So this is a nice paper litter. It does not have baking soda in it. Please don't get the baking soda types. It's really not good for your buns, especially your little ones. So baby goes in here. He's got his feeder. He's got his water. He's got a chew toy to play on, and he gets lots of interaction with me. I play with him all the time. You do not put any kind of blanket or anything in here. You just leave it the way it is. Okay? No blankets. You'll notice there's a bunch of blankets up here. That's what they get later when they're a little bit older. When they're potty training, no blankets because they'll pee on them. So you may have to switch up. I've had to put the litter box over in the other corner and put the hidey hole over here. Bunnies will kind of pick where they want to go. So if he starts peeing in the opposite corner, you just move the litter box there. He'll get the idea. With babies, it takes about a week. I'm not kidding. A week later, they've got the idea. You can move them to a bigger enclosure. So what do you do if you have an adult rabbit or a larger breed young one? Well, you're not going to be able to use that. That's too small. So we come down here. You'll notice her litter box. I need to change it. I haven't done it yet today, but I will. There's Gemini now. She's eating her hay, and she's putting hay in her water for whatever reason. I don't know. But so we have this X pen. This stays open 90% of the time because my bunnies free roam. But if I'm potty training a new bunny, or for some reason need to lock them up, also this side of the X pen keeps the bunnies from running over there and eating those cords. There is, under this table, wire around the sides just to keep them from zipping out so I can store things and not get them eaten by bunnies. So this ends up closed, and in here is where I would potty train a larger rabbit, an adult or a larger baby. So again, litter box, food and water, nothing soft. Nothing. Chew toys on the side, lots of interaction with you. You have to be there with them. I'm just going to open this back up because I'm going back inside it. But yes, my desk lives in a cage. Oh no. My desk lives in a cage. That's because I don't want rabbits to chew on my cords on my desk. It's better to cage the desk than to try to contain this little weirdo down here. Hi, Gemini. Yeah. So with an older rabbit, if they're not under 6 months, litter training them may actually take a couple of months. And if you're having real trouble litter training an older rabbit, you might want to consider getting them spayed or neutered. Now, she's not spayed because she's my doe. She gives me babies. But, hi, sweetie. So she's not spayed. She's really well litter trained. I never have to wipe anything up. Ever. I never have to wipe up pee. And that's really important. Maybe once in a rare blue moon I have to sweep up some poops off the ground here. But only near the litter box. She's 100%. If your adult rabbit isn't, getting them spayed or neutered could fix the problem. So you might want to consider doing that before you wonder if your rabbit's even capable of being litter trained. Almost all rabbits are. Now, they're not cats, so they don't take to it as naturally. Please don't push that out. I don't want to do that right now. Leave it alone. Thank you. But you do need to gradually give them more space. So with a young one, sorry, Gem, I'll let you back out of here in a few minutes. With a little one, I close up my enclosure. They have their litter box, their food and water, and some toys. Usually I scatter some toys around. There are toys. They're just in the hallway because that's where Gem and I put them. But that's basically what you do. You leave them. You move the box if you need to. So if the rabbit is peeing over there, you move the box from over there to over there until they get the idea. With an older rabbit, it'll take a little bit longer. Okay? You want to give them their hay really close to the litter box, so you can put the hay directly in the litter box so they can munch and potty at the same time. Or you can hang a hay bag. Now, I don't have to worry about that with her. She moves her feeder around all the time. She eats wherever she darn well pleases. Sometimes she likes her food in the dog's bowl. Don't ask. But when you're potty training them, if the food is really close or even in the litter box, then you're going to have a better experience because they like to munch and potty at the same time. Once they're fully litter trained, this is less of an issue. So you'll notice this is a nice big cat litter box. It's because she's not a baby. Those little tiny corner ones are only good when they're tiny. Tiny, tiny babies. That's what this is for. Potty training tiny, tiny babies. That's why there's no one in there. I don't have any tiny, tiny babies to potty train. She's moving her food and water dish now. Why is there hay in your water? That doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. So potty training is not difficult. You just have to be patient. And it's a good idea, even if you're going to free roam, have an X pen or something like this. I like having a pen just because if your rabbit forgets how to be potty trained, you can contain them and start all over again. That doesn't happen that often. This X pen also protects the stuff that's in there behind on that shelf. That's stuff I don't want munched. So yeah, we protect things with X pens. We also use them for potty training. You can have your rabbit free roaming when you're home and just X pen them when you're not home, and that's fine. What you can't do is leave a bunny in a cage like this all day, every day. That is not appropriate. It is too small. So to be very clear, we only use this to potty train very tiny bunnies, babies that we're keeping in the house. That is it. You can't leave them in that. You could have this as a home base if the door was open all the time, and then come out into a larger area like an X pen or a bedroom and only confine them in there at nighttime. That's fine. You cannot cage a rabbit all of the time. It's not good for them. They need to be able to hop. They need to be able to bounce. They need to be able to have fun. They need to be able to interact with you. They're very social creatures, especially if they're alone. So if you only have one bunny, she's going to get lonely if you don't spend time with her. So when you're potty training, you may have to do a little bit of confinement, either like this or like this. That's entirely up to you. But on a long-term basis, this is not the proper way to have a bunny. Don't do that. That's bad. Okay? So potty training is easy, simple, straightforward. It takes a little bit of time and patience. But if you have a little bit of time and you are very, very patient, you will indeed... I'm sorry, is this closed? I apologize. She's not used to it being closed because it almost never is. But a little bit of time, a little bit of patience, and you'll have yourself a potty trained bunny who can run all over the house with you. She's potty trained, so is Capricorn. And those are my 2 indoor bunnies, and they are fully potty trained. They use their litter box all of the time. 1 litter box per room at least. You can't expect them to go up and down the stairs like a cat. You give them 1 box per room at the very least. So yes, I have a box in the living room, a box in the dining room, there's a box in the kitchen, there's a box in the laundry room. And that's just on the first floor. So, boxes everywhere. They'll use them if you teach them how. If there is a mess, sweep it up, scoop it up, and put it in the litter box. They'll get the idea. They're not stupid. So a little bit of time and patience, and you're golden. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll see what's happening tomorrow.